My name is Ray Collins. I'm 71 years old. I live in a small house outside Nashville, Tennessee. In 32 years, I hauled all kinds of things: steel, lumber, industrial equipment, household appliances, building materials. Sometimes, things it's better not to ask too many questions about. You just sign the paperwork and drive. That's the job. But there's one run I can't forget. Not because something happened on the road, not because I was in any danger, but because I still don't know what I was hauling. And the more I think about the details of that night, the more I understand that maybe it's better that I don't know. Autumn of '93. I'm 38. I've been on the road 8 years, working for the same company out of Murfreesboro. Reliable, pay on time, don't ask unnecessary questions. One evening, my dispatcher calls me. Jim, a man I'd known for several years, someone I had a solid working relationship with. Nothing unusual about him calling, but the time was a little odd, 9 in the evening. Ray, there's an urgent run. Departure tonight at 2. Good money, double the standard rate. You in? Double rate? That's serious. I asked where. From an industrial warehouse outside Nashville to a facility in Louisiana. Details on site. What am I hauling? A pause, slightly longer than Jim's usual pause. Sealed cargo. You'll sign the paperwork on site. Everything's legal. Just need someone reliable. I'd known Jim for 8 years. He'd never given me a problematic run. All right, I said. I'll be there at 2. The warehouse was outside the city, industrial zone, several large hangars, all fenced in. Security at the gate, 2 men in dark uniforms, no identifying markings of any specific company. I gave my name, they checked a list, waved me through. Inside, I was met by a man, early 50s, dressed in business slacks and a sweater, no uniform. He introduced himself simply as Carl and got straight to business. He handed me a stack of documents. I looked through them. Standard freight bills, but some fields were filled in with general language. Industrial equipment, technical components, no specifics. What exactly am I hauling? I asked. Classified information, said Carl. Not aggressively, just as a fact. Everything within the law, paperwork in order, insurance in place. Your job is to deliver the cargo to the address and not stop unless necessary. I looked at him, then at the documents, then back at him. No stops, meaning what? Fuel, only at specific stations. Addresses are in the envelope. Food and restroom, same places only. No spontaneous stops. No talking to other drivers about the cargo. I took the envelope, opened it. Inside were addresses for 3 gas stations along the route, each one marked as an authorized stop. What if something happens with the truck? I asked. There's a phone number. You call, you wait. Someone will come. Someone will come. Not roadside assistance, not just a mechanic. Someone will come. I could have said no. Perfectly valid reason. I didn't know what I was hauling. Any sensible driver would have walked away. But I'd known Jim for 8 years, and there was the double rate. I signed the paperwork. The truck was loaded after I'd already signed. I stood off to the side and watched. Several men carried heavy crates out of the hangar. Wooden, solidly built, no markings on the outside. No stickers, no labels, no warning signs. Just plain wooden crates of different sizes. The largest maybe 1 meter by 2, the smallest about the size of a suitcase. I tried to estimate the weight by how they were carrying them. Heavy, very heavy for their size. "Can I ask, at least in general terms," I said to Carl, "is this hazardous cargo?" He looked at me. "If it were hazardous, there would be the appropriate markings and the appropriate documentation. Is there such documentation?" "No." "Then it's not hazardous." Airtight logic, but not reassuring. I pulled out at 3 in the morning. Darkness, empty roads. In the envelope, besides the station addresses, the route. A regular route, nothing unusual. Louisiana, a specific address, some facility outside a small town. The first 2 hours, normal. I drove, listened to the radio, thought about things. And then I started thinking about what I was hauling. Heavy crates with no markings, a nighttime run, double rate, authorized stops, a man who went by just Carl. I went through the possibilities. Weapons? Maybe, but then there would have been different paperwork, stricter. Drugs? Unlikely, too bulky, and the whole setup looked too official. Jewelry or valuables? Could be, but why such elaborate planning? I drove and thought, and didn't find an answer. The first authorized stop at 5 in the morning. Small place, old, had barely opened. I fueled up, got a coffee from the machine. Behind the counter sat a young guy, young, half asleep, clearly just started his shift. He barely looked up when I came in. But when I was leaving, I noticed he was looking out the window at my truck, carefully. Not the way people look out of boredom, the way people look when they recognize something or are expecting something. I got into the cab and glanced in the mirror. The young guy behind the counter was talking on the phone. Maybe a coincidence. Maybe he was just calling someone, but I filed it away. The second stop in Mississippi, already daylight. This station was bigger with a diner. I went in to eat. At the next table sat 2 men. Nothing special about them. They looked like locals, drinking coffee, talking about something of their own. But when I sat down, one of them shot a quick glance at me, then at the window where my truck was parked, then back at his companion. Nothing explicit, just a look. But I'd been on the road long enough to know when strangers look at your truck like that, either they know what's in it or they're very interested in finding out. I ate fast and left. I reached the destination at sunset. The facility turned out to be a large fenced plot outside a small town, an industrial building, new, and again security at the gate. Same dark uniforms with no markings. I was met by a different man, not Carl. This one was older, quieter. He took the documents, checked them, nodded. The truck was unloaded without me. I was shown to a small room with a few chairs and a coffee machine. "Wait here," the man said, "until unloading is complete." "How long?" "As long as it takes." I waited 2 hours. During that entire time, no one came into the room. I saw no one. I only heard, somewhere behind the wall, movement, things being carried, occasional quiet voices. Then the quiet man came back, handed me an envelope. "Your payment. You can go." I opened the envelope. Cash, all correct, double rate as promised. "Route back?"
However you like. No further restrictions. I left. Stopped at the first normal gas station, bought a coffee and a sandwich. Sat in the cab and watched the sky get dark. I never received another offer like that from Jim. We kept working together for a few more years, but he never mentioned that run again. I never asked. Once, maybe a year after that run, I tried to find that Louisiana address on a map. Found the area, found roughly where the facility should have been. There was nothing there. Meaning, a field. An empty field. I don't know what that means. Maybe the address was slightly different and I just got it wrong. Maybe the facility was demolished or repurposed. Maybe I remembered it incorrectly. But the field where I was looking, that's a fact. I've thought about that run for years, worked through the possibilities. One, everything completely legal. Just some company that didn't want competitors knowing about an equipment transfer. That happens. Trade secrets. Two, something on the edge of legal. A gray area, and there's plenty of those in any business.
3, something I don't want to think all the way through. I don't know which version is right. The paperwork was clean. I checked afterward with a lawyer I trusted, described the situation in general terms. He said without specifics he couldn't say anything definitive, but what I was describing sounded like a standard NDA situation. Nothing obviously criminal. Maybe he was right. But I still think about those heavy crates with no markings. About the young guy at the gas station talking on the phone while looking at my truck. About the 2 men in the diner and that quick glance. And about the field where the facility was supposed to be. The road taught me that most secrets have simple explanations. Just not all explanations are available to you. But there are secrets that stay secrets, not because there's no answer, but because the answer is deliberately hidden. That run, it's in the second category. I felt it then. I feel it now. What I was hauling that night, I still don't know. And maybe that's how it should be. Ray Collins, Nashville, Tennessee. See you next time.